What's up, everybody? Good afternoon, church. I posted on my Facebook page as well as Twitter that I was going to be taking a break from YouTube, so I wanted to actually inform my YouTube church that I would be taking a break. But the reality of it is, I actually already took the break, so I wanted to give you guys a heads up because I know that your first G and I have been missing out on some recaps, and we have not posted a recap in a few days. So I have just been like so exhausted. I have been flying back and forth, as you already know. If you are a true, loyal, and official church member, you know I fly back and forth from Atlanta to New Jersey every single week. I'm on a flight twice a week. Then I watch TV shows for you guys, and then we do additional videos, and I edit those videos and lighting and just so many different things that actually just takes a toll on my body. So I wanted to give myself a little break because I know some of the church members were disappointed in my behavior in the Pose Season 1 Episode 8 finale recap. And yeah, I was just extremely exhausted. My mom even mentioned to me saying, I didn't like how you came across in that video, although I do know that you were tired. And when I am sleepy and drained, I can become very bitchy and easily annoyed, my God. So I wanted to give myself a break just to rejuvenate because I didn't want to disappoint the church members, and I also wanted to always represent you guys in the best light possible. So that's what the break is for. I'm not going to be on break much longer. We haven't filmed since, I want to say, last Wednesday. And I know you guys think that the videos that have been uploading, like with Charlie Exile and some other videos, even though you guys get them at a certain date and time, a lot of those were pre-recorded. So I have been practicing things that were not actually recaps. I have been practicing pre-recording those so I wouldn't get so stressed out. So we literally have not filmed anything for an entire week. So it has been a week's break from me. I'm excited to get back to YouTube. Hopefully, Babe and I will film something today. I think we're gonna get caught up on each show like one by one. So today I believe we're going to film recaps for Real Housewives of Potomac. We're going to film all of the episodes, and I probably will upload them either tonight or tomorrow. So once we tackle Real Housewives of Potomac, then I'll go to getting caught up on Growing Up Hip Hop, and then we have a few other shows that we have been behind on. Oh, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, which is a show that I love. I have not seen a single episode yet, so I really have been taking a break. But we are going to watch those and get caught up on those as well. So I just want to say that I thank you guys for always supporting me, always encouraging me, and just giving me a moment to take a break and rejuvenate and get myself together, my God. Push this back a little bit. So, Kim said, I understand, we're going to miss you both. Well, Kim, I mean, we already had the break, so you don't have to worry too much. The break was a week. It's been a week so far, so don't worry. We are going to, like I said, post something, if not tonight, definitely tomorrow. So, yeah, just keep on the lookout for that. And I just appreciate you guys so much. Aqua Diamond said, hi, Bishop. Hi, how are you? Ebony Cosby said, this man is like knocking on the door, so I want to check. I'm going to come right back. You got a drink? Okay. Okay, so I know I just showed you guys my ass, but I didn't really mean to show you my ass. But Dre is here. You guys know that my trainer's name is Dre. If you don't know that, that's who that is. He is here, and then we have the maintenance guy coming because something has to be fixed. So I didn't want to cut the live because I know how you guys appreciate my lives, especially because I originally wanted to do Q&A with Bishop Tai every Wednesday at 12, and it has not been happening. So Yes, please ignore that little bit moment with me and my thongs on. But if you actually like my thongs, don't forget that your first year and I still have our Mike and Tai Boutique.com. So I guess that was the easy way to advertise it with my ass showing a little bit, my God. But as I was saying, I definitely appreciate you guys for supporting and encouraging me. And yeah, so I see Daryl Hawley said, yeah, it is a lot. Yes, people, it's so amazing because I feel like a lot of times, Babe and I, we do share about how draining and taxing doing YouTube videos is on us. And don't forget, like, it's not like we just do that without our actual 9 to 5. Well, I'm a business owner, so I don't have a 9 to 5, but we have actual jobs that we make money from and gain revenue from to pay our bills. So to do YouTube and it being so draining and it not being our full-time job, it's a lot. Like, even if you consider a recap, let's say it's one recap, that takes about 2 to 3 hours just to one, watch it, take notes, and then if our recap is filming from 30 minutes to 60 minutes, that's about 3 hours of our day for one video for you guys. So it becomes very draining, and it also can affect like your mood. You do become a bitch at some point because there's a lack of sleep, there's a lack of time for yourself, there's a lack of time for my relationship, which even though I know that your first year and I have accomplished so much in a short period of time, it is still a very new relationship, which requires a certain level of effort, nurturing, understanding, and like I said, I appreciate you guys who are aware of it, opposed to attacking in the comment section. And I always say I appreciate constructive criticism, but at the same time, remember that as perfect as I try to be, I'm not perfect, and I am human, and I make mistakes, and I may make comments that may seem off sometimes. But the one thing that I know about myself is you don't really have to attack me back. Just be like, Bishop, that was harsh. Bishop, that was off. Bishop, that was wrong. And I can always receive constructive criticism from someone just giving me a heads up versus feeling like if I called somebody ugly, you gotta say I'm ugly too. And yeah, I mean, I get it, but I can actually get it if you just say, Ty, you shouldn't call such and such ugly because that was offensive or hurtful. And I would actually get it. So I'm just working on myself. I'm not a perfect person. Going to a therapist and going to counseling and working on my flaws. And also, one thing that I do want to share, because I always keep you guys abreast of my battles and then my triumphs as it pertains to depression, anxiety, and suicidal ideation. So this weekend, probably Sunday, Monday, and or Tuesday, was a very, very, very tough time for me. I did fall back into depression. I did have some suicidal ideation. I did have a lot of anxiety. So always keep me in your prayers, because while I'm able to come on YouTube, do recaps for you guys, and you may think that I'm this strong person, while I am, that is not me all the time, and I do have weak moments. And I need my church members, my God, to lift me up and to always encourage me, because if you ever see me being overly bitchy or overly anal in a video, it probably is other factors involved. And it's not to make excuses for me, because I never want to make excuses, but I also want to make sure I have people around and who are present to also encourage me, because I am not difficult when it comes to being checked. It may come across that way on video or in the comment section, but you also have to look at someone's approach when they're being malicious versus someone saying, you know, hey Bishop, this is what it is. So that's about it, guys. I see that we have a few people in the church, my guys. I'm trying to read some comments and look up to you guys. I'm trying something new, because typically when we do live with First G on his Love and Light on Sundays, we do it from the phone, not from our actual filming camera. So I'm using the phone as well as my MacBook to try to like get something else figured out and worked out, because we always want to like progress and provide better footage and better quality for you guys. So, oh my gosh, Shout out to my girl Sunshine ZTV. I see you on here. 7Baby19 said hey to Sunshine. Shout. Y'all say hey to each other. What about me? You probably already said hi to me, but I probably missed your comment. So I see Lady CCM commented saying, have you all considered just vlogging your life? See, I'm gonna try that because another thing I forgot to mention was that outside of all of the stresses from traveling back and forth, making YouTube videos, watching the shows to recap, I am also in the process of closing my salon in New Jersey to try to work on something in Atlanta, as well as my assistant manager Shanice is opening her own salon. I'm helping her do that in New Jersey. So that's another amount of added stress because I'm closing an entirely. Someone said, you know, Ty, you said you're closing a chapter of your life. You're actually closing an entire book. I mean, when it pertains to the salon, the life I knew in New Jersey, and even my marriage. My divorce should be finalized by the end of this month. I think today's August 1st, August 1st, if I'm not mistaken. So my divorce should be finalized by the end of this month, my attorney said. So it's been a process. Actually, the funny thing is, when it comes to divorce, it's actually been a pretty swift process because it's only been, I think I filed 5 months ago. So I know you guys are aware that the breakdown of the marriage or the official separation happened back in November, December, but it still took a time to get to finding attorneys and so on and so forth. But to answer Lady CCM's comment, have you all considered just vlogging your life? That is so much work. I'm gonna try it with the closing of the salon. Like as I fly from Atlanta back to New Jersey to the salon, I'm gonna try to vlog and get some footage of that because that is like a very significant and important time in my life because that was like my biggest dream at one point was to own my own salon and have a business and have it be successful. And it's also one thing to celebrate that I'm not even closing my business because it failed. I'm closing my business because I need to do something different and the life that I knew that was attached to that business is no longer. So I do want to vlog and hopefully do that, but it is so much work. Actually, vlogging is more work than doing recaps because while I can just pick up a camera or my phone and say something or show what's going on in that moment, the editing process, my God, with vlogging is crazy. Like it will drive you crazy. You guys love our vlogs and our vlogs to like Jacksonville Beach, Florida, and our vlogs to going to pick up Michael's children, which is now my children as well, you know, our daughter and grandson, that trip to Ohio, the editing process for that took me about 8 hours. 8 hours just for the editing. So let's not add in the filming and the footage and all that. Actually just sitting in front of my MacBook and editing the footage took me about 8 hours. So yeah, that's worse than doing a recap, my God. Okay, so I see some people who are using Super Chat, so I have to acknowledge you because you are giving donations and I want to honor what Super Chat is for. So Nikki P donated $10 saying, I totally understand some comments can be rude and hateful. Oh my God, Nikki P, when I tell you that, you're gonna make me cry a tad bit because even people who are strong, you can always say something that is hurtful. It may not break me, nor demean, but it can be hurtful. And I appreciate you, Nikki P, just for acknowledging that some comments can actually be rude and hateful. And people, the funny thing is, in reference to the comment section of my videos, people who are being mean, malicious, and rude will always go back to say, well, you and Mike critique and talk about people from other TV shows, and that's just as mean or hurtful. But the reality of it is, we never take our critiques or comments directly to that person or to their page. So while you may feel like you're doing the same thing when you comment to us, you're not, because every time someone comments, the notification comes to my phone. And you guys don't know this because most of you are not YouTube content creators, but I can't turn off the notifications because if I turn off the notifications, I won't get notifications from people like Sunshine ZTV or other people that I like on YouTube who I watch and support. Ebony Cosby, she has her channel as well. And so for me to turn off my notifications means I will shut off everything that comes from YouTube. So it's difficult, but again, Nikki P, I appreciate you so much for commenting and letting me know that you are aware how rude and hateful the comments can be, because even when Babe and I do recaps, we are never trying to be malicious or hurtful or demeaning or break someone. But there are people who actually come to my channel and make comments where you know that their intention was to hurt me. And I'm not that kind of person, even though people perceive that I'm like extremely aggressive or extremely, you know, bitchy, or I bark at people. That if you actually met me, you would know that's not who I really am. So I kind of wanted to also take a break from YouTube so that I could kind of recalibrate myself and also try to present not just the side of me that is like no nonsense, don't take no bullshit, the side of me that is who I really am on a day-to-day basis, which is a softer, gentler kind of person who usually and loves to uplift people, encourage people, and build people up. So yeah, so again, Nikki P, thank you so much. James Caldwell commented saying, your transparency is definitely why folks love you so much. Don't ever change. Speaking of turning off my notifications and I will miss people's videos, I don't want to miss a video from James Caldwell. If you guys are watching this video in replay or on the live, please make sure you go to James Caldwell's page, because when I tell you he has been supporting me from way back, my God, yes, since as far back as I can remember, and has always been very supportive, even during the breakdown of my marriage and the separation of that and even the divorce. So I love you, James Caldwell, as a brother, aka sister, when you are in drag, my God, as a brother and or sister. When it comes to the YouTube content creator family, I always appreciate your comments. Jennifer R, who is the leader of the Goon Squad, and I have to share a story because, okay, so I met an amazing church member who flew into the States from Germany. Her name is Darnita. And so Darnita and I took a picture together, or did a video, and she said that she was, I think I said she was the leader of the Goon Squad, and she said, no, actually, she's the president. And Jennifer R, who is actually officially the leader of the Goon Squad, was so offended and on my Instagram saying, honey, I'm the leader, she is not, but Darnita is definitely the president of the International Goon Squad. And Jennifer, I'm sorry and I apologize for giving you a title to somebody else, but I was just in the moment embracing the fact that we have Goon Squad ministry members and leaders internationally, my God. So yes, if you guys don't know, Jennifer R is the leader of the Goon Squad. And James Caldwell commented again saying, likewise, big sis, big bro, is always watching. I'm definitely a fan. I love you, James. And Carla James said, how are you doing today? Okay, so I'm actually doing very well. I think yesterday was the beginning of me being on the rise from dealing with depression and anxiety this past weekend. So I'm doing so much better. That's why I decided to go on ahead and give you guys this live video, because I initially did want to commit to doing them every Wednesday at 12 noon, which I'm going to do. So I am doing great. I'm happy. I feel light. I don't have any suicidal ideation at the moment. And the reality of it is I haven't even had the struggle of that in a very, very long time. Probably since, you guys know, when I attempted to commit suicide in February. Really haven't had that demon, you know, on my back for a while now. I've been doing pretty well. So just some things with me wanting to be the better me and the best me, trying to figure out who that really is versus what some people see sometimes. That's kind of where the depression came in, because I am not a malicious person, nor do I want people to think that that's who I am. So that's what I was battling with this weekend. but I am so much better. And thank you for checking in on me, Carla, and thank you for asking the question, how am I today? And I love that you actually worded it saying, how am I today? Because when it pertains to depression or mental health across the board, it's always check on that person from today, because they could have been phenomenal yesterday and it could be a horrible day today. So I thank you for acknowledging and just asking me, how am I doing today? I appreciate that. Chris Spratling said, you're leaving when I need y'all the most. Your show has helped deal with my depression. No, 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 no. If you are coming onto this live late, the break has already happened. Granted, I titled this live "Taking a Break from YouTube," but it's already happened. So we will be posting new videos, if not tonight. Give me some time to edit by tomorrow. So don't worry, we're not going anywhere. The break has already happened, my God. Tremel McGray said, I'm so sorry about your marriage. I hope all turns out great for you. I just got married on June 30th. Any advice for you? Tremel, congratulations on your marriage, and thank you for your condolences on me and divorce, because divorce is not easy. Divorce is actually like a death, regardless of who is at fault. It's like a death and it hurts like hell. So I appreciate you for sending love to me. But the advice for marriage is always strive to be as transparent and as honest as possible. That's the only thing I can say. Transparency and honesty. That's one thing where people were concerned about your first G&I moving in so quickly and embarking on a marriage or relationship together so quickly, is because we based everything off of transparency and honesty. And I know my church members had no clue of that, but from day one, your first G&I had been totally honest. I think I actually shared with you guys at some point that, within the first month, he gave me his credit report, his bank statements, his passwords, and everything. I mean, I had access to his phone to see whatever he was doing, even, Instagram DMs, Facebook DMs. So I'm not saying you have to go that far, but I know that for me, what I need in a marriage for it to be successful is transparency and honesty. And I don't want to speak negatively anymore about my marriage from the past, but that was not there. And I know I was very transparent and honest regardless of what I did. That's also why people wonder when I shared my story about what happened in my marriage as to why I wasn't taking more ownership for stuff. It was pretty much because the things that I did that could have been questionable I was always honest. There was never a single secret nor anything hidden on my part. So I was not a perfect person, but when it comes to basing something off of being honest, sincere, and transparent, that is me to the core. Like your first G will tell you, I am honest to a fault, to where I will take myself down just to make sure that the truth is told. So just make sure that you and your partner focus on being as transparent and honest as possible. And the transparency comes from communication. And additional advice I have as far as marriage is the 3 C's for marriage, which is consistency, communication, and compromise. Those are very important for a successful marriage. Fat Kitty said, y'all telling him and reinforcing this relationship is no good for him. Yeah, I'm glad I read that comment in reference to, I guess, people who are telling me my current relationship is no good for me. While that may be your opinion, I'm not really sure where the opinion comes from, because I can't say what's right or wrong in someone else's relationship because I don't know the ins and outs. And also, when you know a person only from YouTube or social media, you really can't say that you know that person to even give a perspective on something being right or wrong. So I typically usually ignore the comments about my current relationship and or where it's going, because I'm intelligent enough to know that you'd have to be a participant in the marriage, or at least a friend of me or your first G, to be able to give some kind of perspective on what's right or wrong, because at the end of the day, you still have to know a person to know if they are good for a person or not, my God. So I take those comments with a grain of salt. The funny thing is that people have said that my relationship with the first G is not going to last, but I want to celebrate the fact that, to the ones who say it's not going to last, I'm so proud of the fact that it has been 8 months since the first G and I have been together, my God. I think it'll be 9 months. Will be 9 months on August 6th, or 8 months. Anyway, we're about to be at a year and people are still counting us out. So I just appreciate the love from the people who support us, as well as the ones who are doubting us, because the time frame and the longevity will expose that those comments were 100% wrong. And it's also interesting when people think that my relationship is not going to work, because of the fact that my previous marriage, where I wasn't even as happy, lasted 10 years. So how long do you think a relationship will work if I'm actually happy in it? And then also, what do you consider it not working? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? What is not working for you? Because, like I said, I think even with this 7th, 8th month milestone for your first G and I, we have made it pretty far and a lot longer than many people, and not just, gay people. We have made it a lot further and longer and have been more successful than plenty of people across the board. So I just celebrate that, regardless if someone else is not going to celebrate my happiness and the milestones that we have achieved in our lives, my God. And at the end of the day, I still wish you well, even if you are praying for the downfall in my relationship, my God. So, only one info commented saying, "What's good for him is following his heart, and that is what he is doing." I appreciate Only One Info. You are definitely a little church member, and you are speaking the truth. I am following my heart, and the funny thing is, we never know if something is good or bad for us if we don't take a chance on it. So, yes, I'm following my heart, and this relationship has been super successful in my opinion. It's caused me to grow. I've learned a lot. We've actually learned a lot. I learned a lot from each other, and so I'm thankful for this journey with First G. Even if it stopped tomorrow, I have learned so much about myself, and it has made me a better person. So again, how people are praying for the downfall, my growth and what I've learned is more important than you being right about the relationship not being right for me, my God. CoTTV commented, who is definitely a loyal church member, saying, "Wait, Bishop, I love those sheets. Where can I buy it and what color is it?" Okay, my sheets. My sheets, oh my gosh. Okay, these sheets are probably about, they're probably about 3 or 4 years old. And now I'm going to do I'm glad you brought up my sheets, because it's home decor. You guys know I love me some home decor. So I am going to do a home tour once everything is done. Everything is not done, my God. But these sheets, you're not going to believe it. Because y'all think I'm so bougie, my God. These sheets are from JCPenney's. My thing is, I love beautiful home decor. I love expensive things, cheap things. I'm more focused on the quality and it being what I want versus it being from a particular store. So these sheets are from JCPenney's, and the color I believe was called Kiwi maybe, but I know they don't have them anymore, because I looked to try to get a second set just in case they get messed up or whatever, because your first G hates when I expose it. That's just what he loves to do. So while he allows me to be me, I have to allow him to be him, and I still let him eat in the bedroom. So I wanted to get a second set of comforters, because just in case he messes them up, because he puts his plate on this, and so I couldn't find it. So it doesn't exist anymore, but it definitely was from JCPenney's, and I got it from JCPenney's when they had their 50% off, 40% off sale. My God, that's when I always shop. I shop when there's a sale. I will buy from Z Gallery. I will buy from expensive stores or cheap stores, but I never purchase anything unless it is on sale. So that's my tip to people who want nice stuff, don't want to spend the money. Always buy when it's on sale. Even Z Gallery, they are pretty expensive with some things, but what you do is you wait until there's a holiday. Every online store, every brick and mortar, there are always sales when you purchase from them around a holiday. And holidays happen all throughout the year. So never purchase anything unless there is a sale and or a holiday so that there will be a sale. Alrighty. I cracked up because I landed on this comment from somebody who I love so much. I don't even know her yet, but I can't wait to meet her. Ebony Cosby said, "Oh, no first G. Need a towel to rest his plate on it." The funny thing is, I tell him, put a towel there, but guess what? He won't. So I love him. I have some things that I have to, that, you know, may be annoying to him, and he has some things that are annoying to me. So I kind of, you know, you got to choose your battles in a relationship. The reality of it is, if he messes this up, we'll buy a new one, or I'll send it to the dry cleaner, and it'll be all fine, well, and good. But I don't want to force someone to change so much on stuff that is really just like irrelevant. So he should use a towel, but if he doesn't, I still love him, and if it gets messed up, it is not the end of the world. But I love that you acknowledge that, Ebony, because one thing with the person who has anxiety, the small things can send you over the edge, and with the person who does not battle or struggle with anxiety, they will be able to just be like, oh, it's whatever, it's okay, it doesn't matter. But when mental illness is involved, things are exaggerated for the person who struggles with that. So he should have a towel, but he doesn't always use one. Nikki Nicole said, I totally agree with the 3 C's. Yes, I learned about the 3 C's late in my marriage, but the funny thing about it was consistency, communication, and compromise. That is who I was in my marriage. Like, I'm a consistent person across the board. The funny thing is, even the things that are kind of like annoying or bitchy about me are pretty like consistent. Like, you will know that if this happens, your bishop is going to be bitchy about that specifically. Like, I am very consistent, and I communicate, and I compromise a whole lot. But the 3 C's being mentioned to me and stated as to what they really were was at my cousin Rochelle's wedding about 2 years ago. That was my second separation with my soon-to-be ex-husband. This was our third separation. So 2 years ago, we had our second separation. I kind of wanted a divorce back then. And I went to my cousin Rochelle's wedding, and I think it was in Florida. Orlando, it was in Orlando. And my uncle Kenny, who is an elder, he's Jewish, and he spoke, and my separation was so new, and he spoke, and he was just like, you know, the most important things are to always honor the 3 C's, and that's where I realized that they were called the 3 C's, and it was definitely at my cousin Rochelle's wedding, and I try to share them with everyone I know who is engaged in a relationship and or about to get married or have already been in a marriage, because those are so important. Makeup Beauty Forever says, my husband doesn't understand that my anxiety makes small things huge. Like, Makeup Beauty Forever, my heart goes out to you, because I know that has to be so difficult, because if that person is your husband, I know that you must love him to have gotten married, and I know it has to be very tough for you for your husband to not understand how small things can set you off and it be linked to your anxiety. So I think the best thing for you is to go to counseling if you guys are in counseling, and at least have a counselor, maybe your psychiatrist or your therapist, maybe explain to your husband how that really does affect us, even the small things. And babe, your first year, you guys know he's a life coach and a counselor. One thing he said he had to acknowledge, even with being a counselor, was that he had to go back to what he learned in school, and he said, anxiety is like a faucet. You can turn it on, and the water comes out. And as soon as you turn it off, the water stops. And anxiety is just like that for us. It can be the smallest thing that will cause us to feel. I think the anxiety is so big with small things because it's fear combined with frustration. And so, just as easy as it is for that faucet to be cut on, I think with you going to therapy with your husband and or maybe sharing your heart, letting him know some things that may help you be able to cut, or things that may be able to help him cut that faucet off to kind of bring your anxiety under control. And for me, I think what kind of brings my anxiety under control is just taking time to really understand what's bothering me, or why my behaviors are what they are. That usually helps me. And then like a soft touch, a hug, but you have to find what allows for your anxiety to feel subdued and for you to go back to that safe space. Because I think that for me, my anxiety really kind of jumps off when things are a surprise to me. Because I don't do well with surprises, whether they're, well, good surprises I really don't have an issue with. But even something as small as, I cannot handle when someone says, oh Ty, I have to tell you something, remind me to tell you about it later. No, my anxiety is not, and I think people in general who suffer from anxiety, it's not set up that way. You cannot tell us, you're going to tell us later. Don't tell us at all until you're ready, but do not tell us you'll tell us later, because when people have anxiety, I think with the fear aspect of it, we always think the worst to kind of protect our feelings, and then there's like a battle back and forth, because I think people can say, well, why not just think positively? But you can be a positive person, but always want to kind of protect yourself from the worst. And usually the easiest way to protect yourself from something that's the worst is thinking the worst, because you're now already preparing yourself. But for those of us with anxiety, thinking the worst, or trying to prepare ourselves for the worst, is probably the worst thing we can do, because once we think about the worst, our body chemicals, they react as if the worst is actually happening. So, Sasha asked that I saw the way the bed was made in the video about the reunion of the reality show we no longer mentioned in this church. I saw the way the bed was made. I don't know what you mean, Sasha, but if you give me some clarification on that question, I will answer it. Vicky Kelly Brew said, yes, please allow us to watch the replay. I just started watching. Definitely will. Love you, Vicky Kelly Brew. You guys, I always tell you about her artwork. She sent me a beautiful custom art piece, and yes, make sure you check her out. I will not, I don't have a habit of deleting the lives, because I typically hate how they look because the quality isn't the same. And then, you know, I can't attach a lavalier mic so you guys can hear me like extremely clearly. So when I watch, I always delete it. But I'm going to check myself, because I'm working on myself. So I'm not going to allow that perfectionist, critical side of me to kick in. So I'm going to leave this live up. Karen Preston said, counseling does help. My friend started and there's a change in her moods. Yes, I definitely promote, encourage, and support counseling on any level, especially for those of us who suffer from anxiety, depression, and suicidal ideation. Selena Pennington said, repost, hey Ty, sometimes you need a season of isolation to build yourself back up. Use this time to rest and allow God to move. 8 months means new beginnings. Love you so much. Yes, Selena. Yes, 8 months does mean new beginnings. And again, people who are watching this live, you know, late in the game, the break has already happened. So, like I said, it's Tyler taking a break from YouTube, but we already took the break. I have not filmed since last Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, and so we're going to get back on track today. But it definitely, if you guys can see, my energy is a little bit different than the video from Pose, my God. So, kind of removing myself from social media and YouTube for the week definitely helped me a lot. Barbara Hyman said, Bishop, thank you for blessing me through your testimonies. See, this is what I love. This is the part I love about YouTube. Um, Being able to share my story and what I'm going through and actually blessing and helping people, because the reality of it is that BS with recaps and the drama with that and the critiques and the opinions that we give, that's not what I really care about. I care about being able to share my story and my life and it being able to encourage someone and make them feel better or make their day better or get them to realize that while they may be in a state of depression or anxiety, look at me, I've been there, I still battle with it, but I'm still also successful with living a happy, healthy life. Cooling It with K. Cooling It with K, I know who you are, but what was your original YouTube name? Because you changed it. Because you was my girl about a good year ago, especially when I think it was something we were watching with Basketball Wives and how the Jackie thing, they said Jackie said or did something and she really didn't do it, and you were saying, yes, she did say it, and I said, no, she didn't. Go check back at this mark, and she didn't say that, and you were like, oh my God, you were right, she didn't say that. But Cooling It with K commented saying, I need counseling for anxiety. I lost my son for what felt like 2 hours. I've never been the same. I get nervous even when he goes to school, shaking my head. I'm not a parent, but I cannot imagine what it could have felt like for you to have had your son missing for 2 hours. So definitely go to counseling, find a counselor, find a therapist. But if you do suffer from anxiety, don't take it lightly at all. Makeup Beauty Forever commented again. I want to follow up with your comment because earlier when I was addressing anxiety, it was for you. And Makeup Beauty Forever commented saying, Bishop, you were definitely tired because y'all was cranking those videos out back to back. It's hard work. Thank you, Makeup Beauty Forever. And you probably only get it because you suffer from anxiety as well, but I thank you for not judging me and really seeing what it really was, because I was tired as hell. Your first G always says about how tired he is and how many jobs he has. And granted, he may have 3 or 4 jobs, my God, but your first G, all his jobs are here in Atlanta. Your bishop, he is flying back and forth to New Jersey and still accommodating you, as well as trying to make sure I'm accommodating to my man. So if you think his load is heavy, my God, my load is extremely heavy. Oh my gosh, I just saw a comment from somebody else who I love, from YouTube, another YouTube content creator, really bitch, who always supports me. She sends me love in my DMs, my God. And really bitch commented saying, you are helping so many people right now. Keep letting God use you, my God. Thank you. You know, it's the YouTube content creators who just, outside of the church members, y'all always melt my heart. But it takes me to a whole nother level of appreciation when other YouTube content creators reach out to me and encourage me, because they know firsthand how it feels when people misunderstand what you say or misunderstand you or attack you. And the funny thing is, I don't really want to go into too much about attacks in the comment section because people are entitled to write whatever they want to write. But it's almost like how positive affirmations can build someone up and negative comments can break someone down. When you comment negatively, especially if it's maliciously and not constructive, you have to remember that our church is growing. We are at about 21,000 plus members. So when you think that, okay, I'm going to check Bishop and get him together, and it'd be malicious and it'd be like the most demeaning and nasty words, as if you really know me, you have to realize your comment ain't the only comment that comes to me that I have to read that's negative. So be mindful that if you are not a malicious person, you can say your critiques in a certain kind of a way that's constructive, because it's not the easiest thing to process that out of, and maybe let's say 100 comments, only 10 are negative. That's still 10 comments of negativity that a person had to read. And someone also said in the past that Ty or Bishop is so obsessed with the comment section. Again, if you are just now tuning into this live, I already explained this live that the comments come to me regardless. Like, it's a notification on my phone. Mostly, sometimes it's sporadic, but usually everyone comes to my phone as a notification. So I'm not obsessed with the comments, but I do know that if I turn off my notifications, I won't get my notifications from people like Really Bitch and James Caldwell and all my other favorites. I'm tired of call because of having to turn it off, just because you chose to comment negatively. Jennifer R, I scrolled down and your comments, one that I see now, so I'm going to go ahead and read that. Jennifer R says, that's why I go so hard for you. After my wreck, I was abandoned and came close several times to ending my life. God placed you in my life to show me that I can survive. I'm learning to live life with PTSD. Yes, Jennifer, it's so amazing that you just said that, because when I tell my story, people don't realize how much has been on me. I always forget to share that I almost died in a car accident. I was in an almost fatal car accident only 2.5, almost 3 years ago. So you take, okay, YouTube stuff and salon stuff and a marriage that's failing and not happy for me, along with almost dying in a car accident to where I couldn't walk. There was hematoma, lacerations on my forehead, had collapsed lung, like that. I've experienced a lot in a small period of time. And I think one thing I've said in a recap before was, people always wonder why I reference things during the time frame of my marriage. It is because all the trauma that I've ever experienced in my life only happened during the time frame of my marriage. Before that, I was like 23 and I have no issues. Like, my childhood was amazing. The worst thing that probably happened in my childhood was I was on punishment for getting a B on an assignment for a week, but I got my grade back up to an A, and I was good. And then I got a spanking for something when I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I didn't get another spanking again. So my childhood was actually really, really great. So all the trauma that I can reference and or relate to people's stories with happened during that marriage. But I am happy to say that you guys don't have to worry about me speaking negatively ever again about my marriage. I want positivity in my life, and regardless of what has been done to me or how I felt I was wrong, I gotta stay on the path of positivity regardless of what was done. Miss Vanessa New Beginning commented saying, amen, praise God to that. Coty TV, just saw you pop up again. Tell first husband that I'm still going to send you guys my products that I just launched. Just doing a lot of stuff, but it will be sent out. Coty TV, thank you. You saw the recent video that we did for Allen Lux Studios. So don't forget, guys, if you have a brand, if you have products, if you have t-shirts, hats, whatever it is, a hair product, a gel, or something, my God, I love to support, uplift, and empower people. So send it to us. We will do a video on it. We will try it out and show you guys love. So just as you are supporting us, we have no problem supporting you guys. Mo Money said, just joining, so I missed the beginning, but I see the title. I'm sending you prayers and positive vibes. Mo Money, I'm going to keep this live up so you will get to see what we discussed, because I discussed a whole lot, my God, in this live, and I'm just so happy right now, very happy. Sean Martin said, Bishop Ty, people that want to tear you down are torn down themselves, and people wait their 15 seconds to 15 minutes of fame when you are elevated. Get your life back on track. God is doing a great thing. Oh, you said, and people want their 15 seconds to 15 minutes of fame when you're elevated. Gotcha. Understand what you meant. Thank you for the encouragement. Vicky V Channel said, "This is beautiful. Listening to you and reading these comments got me in tears. So beautiful what you're doing here and helping people. Thank you. Thank you so much. Like, this is really my heart when it comes to my channel, stuff like this." And I see so many comments. Guys, don't forget to use Super Chat. Super Chat helps me to zero in on some of the comments so I can address some things that you guys want me to address. Okay. And let me see, I'm going to scroll because I want to close out because I feel like this live has gone on pretty long. But I want to like acknowledge as many people as possible, especially those of you who may have used Super Chat. Jennifer R., you gave on Super Chat twice. You gave $5 and $6. Jennifer R. said, "Bishop, scroll up. You had some other Super Chats. Also, don't worry about the trolls because they don't know you. Goon Spot has you 24/7. I love me some Jennifer R. Jennifer, I'm doing that now. Trying to scroll up to some of the other Super Chats. They go away after a while, and I'm sitting here running my mouth, my God. So I don't see them, but I do want to thank everybody. Oh, Coolin' It with K. Crystal Simmons is your name. Yes, Crystal. Yes, 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 yes. Love you. Ebony Cosby, saw you, so I gotta, whenever you comment, when I see it, I gotta say something. She said, "Nephew, before your next live, pick a couple of moderators to help with the comments." Ebony, you know I'm so afraid of like letting people run my stuff. So I'd rather have negative comments thrown in there, and because the thing is, I kind of overlook them anyway. But it's kind of difficult to like for me to release control with like letting someone have access to be a moderator, because I think when you be a moderator, you can do more than just delete a comment from somebody. But I will double check just to check on that. But I mean, that's what we have the Goon Spot Ministry for, my God. If people are in the comment section being negative and I'm being positive, y'all go on ahead and attack them. Your bishop gives you permission. And the reality of it is, if I'm being positive and someone's being negative, that exposes who they are and not who I am. So. Miss Vanessa New Beginning said, "Even with the 1 week break, pace yourself, Tai. Please, you are a friend in my head. Even though I don't know you, I really feel as though you are my buddy." Miss Vanessa's New Beginnings. I am pacing myself. That's why earlier in this live, I did say that we're going to do the 2 Real Housewives of Potomac and get caught up on that. And that's all I'm going to do for today. I fly back to New Jersey tomorrow to go back to the salon. So, we won't film again until Sunday. Until Sunday. So I am pacing myself. I'm not going to allow myself to get overwhelmed, because what happens is, like, I love y'all so much, and I love to have things right and as perfect as possible. And that also includes, like I said earlier, about the 3 C's, and one of them was consistency. Consistency for me means that I'm producing videos for you guys on time, but that does stress me out, and it does take me to a negative space, because I feel like I'm letting someone down when someone comments and says, "What happened to Love and Hip Hop Hollywood? Why have not we gotten a recap on that? Or what happened to this show?" Or someone says, "Yeah, y'all late as hell on that show." And granted, it's a small comment, but it bothers me only because it is always my intention to be consistent with everything that I do, and I get broken down when I'm not consistent. Henny and T said, "I love you, Tai. I was in a car accident last year, and the car flipped over twice. I already suffer from anxiety, so that even amplified it. I got over my fear because I love the open road, but I concur." Yes, Henny, as far as getting over your fear, I guess, of driving, you meant, I did not drive for an entire year. Actually, oh my gosh. So, my accident happened December 10th, 2015. When I tell you I did not get behind the wheel of a car until February or March of this year, after I was released from the psychiatric hospital and all of the facts and the hurtful things of my marriage came out and the truth came out, that gave me strength. As easy as it broke me down to where I wanted to kill myself, it also, once I was able to recover and utilize my coping mechanism and coping skills, I recovered, and like I jumped back into driving almost immediately after I got as low as I did, because um, I don't know. It's just something came over me where I was like, I am not going to allow this shit to take me out, my God. So from December 10th, 2015, all the way up until this is 2018, of like to January or February or March of this year was when I started driving again. So, oh my God, one of my most favorite clients is on this live. Ruth St. Victor. I love her so much. She has been a client of mine for at least 7 years. I mean, literally at least 7 years. And she would drive all the way from north of Jersey, which is almost like New York, to come to south of Jersey near Philadelphia. So she would drive about an hour and a half to 2 hours just to come to my salon to be serviced by me. And now she lives in Texas, my God. And guess what? She flies her tail from Texas to New Jersey to still get her hair done on occasion. So I love me some Ruth St. Victor, aka we know your name that we call and love you by is Woody. Thank you for being on this live. And she said, hey Ty, just want to say what's up. And I love you, Woody, for your continued support and everything that I have done. If only you knew me once. And my wife suffers from depression, and it's nothing to take lightly. So I try to be there for her. I try to be her comfort blanket when I can. If only you knew me one. I have to celebrate you, applaud you, and give you as much props and flowers as possible, because to be a partner of a person who from a partner to someone who suffers or struggles or battles with depression, and you are your wife's comfort blanket, that is so beautiful. And that's sometimes all we need to kind of get out of that space of depression, someone who is just willing to be there and be that comfort blanket for us. Toya Taylor says, yes, keep deleting that hater misery, loves company, and you have a church full of God's people that's loving you. Yes, I love you guys. Someone got me together, my God, in the comment section, one of the Lord Church members, and she said, please stop saying y'all and all of y'all when it comes to things negative, she said, because the majority of us are here to support you, love you, and encourage you. And I had to really receive that critique from her. And I owned it and embraced it. And it was pretty recently. I think she said it over maybe about a week or two ago. And she really got me together. So that's what I mean by the positive critiques. Like, if you say it the right way, you're actually going to be able to affect me and cause change more than when you're just being malicious. But I will say, like I said already in this live, if there are 100 comments, there's about 5 to 10 that may, and I'm being nice and generous by saying that there are 10 that could be negative, but the majority of it are people who are positive, and or if it's something that I may not like, it's still something that's constructive that I can use and put to work. So shout out to my church members, my God. This is why people want to know why I call myself a bishop. It has nothing to do with God or disrespecting the church. I call myself a bishop because I have you guys, you follow me, you listen to me, I encourage you, uplift you, and so that's the title that I chose. But even with calling you guys my church, I think the church is supposed to be something that's uplifting, encouraging, and empowering. And so the empowerment comes in, it's not really about the church and the Bible. And the reality of it is God is still God, because last time I checked, I don't think God made the title of a bishop. That was something that was man-made, my God. So to think that God is disrespected from me saying bishop or my God, you're a tad bit off, because I think God is bigger than man-made titles that he doesn't even probably go by. And that's he or she in reference to God, my God. So And let's see. I'm trying to see if there are any comments that I should acknowledge and shout out. Diamond Princess said, let the elders of the church say amen. And Jennifer, I know you told me that there were other super chats. I can't find them. I feel so bad because I want to acknowledge them, but I don't see them. Selena Pennington said, the church is a hospital for the broken. We come here to get filled up. I enjoy y'all so much. Exactly, Selena. That is why we call this a church. Nothing to do with Christianity nor the Bible. We uplift, empower, encourage people, and that, see, that's why you're here, Selena, because you know why we call this a church. You know why. So, Dion, I already checked that person, so we're good to go. Let's see. I've been on here y'all know I'm happy because I have not stayed on a live this long ever. So, oh, gee whiz. We'll miss you, Bishop. Gee whiz, I'm not going anywhere. I took the break already, so this is officially me coming back. I know it doesn't seem like it because, like I already said in this live, some of our videos that you guys saw over the weekend were pre-recorded. So I have had a full week of a break. Coolin with K said, wait, I'm so slow. What's super chat? Okay, Coolin with K. Super chat is like, if you look down where you can put a comment, there's a $ that's gray. If you click on it, it will send us a donation or a love offering, my God, to your church and to your bishop. But what it also does is it highlights the comments because after a while, with all the comments looking the same, it runs together. So the super chat makes it like red or blue or green. And so I can zero in on that comment easily versus like scrolling, taking a break, not looking at you guys, trying to figure out what comment I haven't already read. The super chat actually helps. So even if you're giving a super chat for $1 or $2 or $5 or $10 or $100, my God, definitely do it if you guys want your comment to really be seen by me because it's definitely hard to look in the camera, look down at the comments, look at myself. Okay, I'm in focus. Back to y'all. Back to the comments. So, Miss J Bunny Rabbit said, yes, depression is always lurking. Oh my gosh. That's why I said it's a demon that would, hover and jump on your back because you could be in the most happy place and anything can trigger anxiety or depression. So yes. Aaliyah Smith said, hi Bishop, I just got on the live and I'm not fully aware of everything that was mentioned, but I only saw the title. But as a mental health professional, continue to be open and share your story. Aaliyah Smith, thank you for your encouragement and sending love to you for being a mental health professional and also being a part of this church because you called me bishop, so that means I'm your bishop and you're also a mental health professional. So I thank you for being a part of the church and channel because you kind of validate things that I could say in reference to mental health since it's your profession. So much love and honor to you for you being a mental health professional. Okay, so I think I'm going to close out this live because I need to get some other things done. Katrina Goodlet commented saying, sending you love, Bishop and First G. We love you. Shell Whitfield commented saying, I wish you well. Relax and rejuvenate on your break. Thank you so much. Makeup Beauty Forever said, oh, okay, I didn't know how to do super chat. I'm slow. Laugh out loud. You are not slow. You're not slow at all. Plenty of people don't know how to do super chat, but I hope I explained it well for you so that you know in the future how to do it. Ebony Cosby, so are y'all going to interview a king because we got questions? Ebony Cosby. I'm going to leave that up in the air. Let me know if you think we're going to interview a king or not. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, Cooling It with K. Yes, I explained how to do super chat and you did figure it out. She donated $5 saying, "Child, one of the church members already had filled me in. Just wanted you to know that love you bunches, Bishop. Best friend of the bishop." Yes, that was your title from early on, that you were the best friend of the bishop, because we just clicked so well. So shout out to you and thank you for the donation. And I want to be a tad bit petty, you guys. So Safa Morocco commented saying, "Why you?" I think they meant, "Why are you a man?" It says, "Why you are a man." I think they meant, "Why are you a man?" Because God created me to be a man, and that's what I am. It's so amazing that people have this ideology of what a man or how a man is supposed to behave. And I think what really makes a man is integrity, his transparency, being loyal, being upstanding, taking care of his family, handling his business. Masculinity nor femininity does not dictate what makes someone a male nor female. So I'm a man because that's what God chose me to be, my God. So, and shout out to those who believe that they are of the opposite gender and they actually do the work to transition to who they believe and feel that they really are. So yeah, I'm a man because that's who God made me to be right now. So I'm sticking with that. If I wanted to be a woman in this day and age, it'd be so easy to transition. Well, not easy because it's a process. It's a process, especially emotionally, and what people go through in life. But it's not as if I desire to be a woman, because if I desire to be that, I could easily be that. My God, I have a dick and I love my dick. I love using my dick. My God, so yes, and I actually love looking like I look. So yeah, I'm happy with who I am. Okay. Miss Howard said, "I see you as you, and so does God." That's so sweet. Oh, I'm glad. See, it's always things that you guys say that end up triggering something I have to talk about. In reference to me saying "my God," when I say "my God," it's just a saying since I come from church, and typically, like, you could be preaching or praying or saying something, and you just kind of seal the deal with a "my God." So it's not that I'm actually calling God's name, because if you actually follow any religion, even any like organized religion, God's name is not really God. So I'm not going to go into that because although I'm the bishop of this house, I don't feel like preaching and teaching on that. But God's name is not God. It's not. Just like I'm gonna give you a tad bit of knowledge. Just like somebody who is a king, and you say king, and you say, "Oh, you saying king's name in vain." No, the king's name is not king. The king has a name. So God does have a name, and his name is not God. So just wanted to share that. J. Raphael said, "Social norms don't dictate one's gender. People have associated behaviors which they expect from both either sex." That is so spot on, Jay, because the reality of it is our behaviors and the way that we act have been placed on us by man. There's an amazing singer named LaShardon who I love, and we're friends on Facebook, and she posted, I think yesterday or the day before, and I reposted her comment, and she said something to the effect of, "We try to put men in these boxes, and that's how you end up with men being on the DL or doing various things to try to keep up with this manhood or social norms of masculinity, because humans have placed that on them." She even broke it down to say, just like women having to like pink or purple and boys having to like blue, we only think that way because someone said pink is for girls, blue is for boys. The reality of it is, you can still be a boy or a man and love pink, and you can be the daintiest of a woman and love blue. So at the end of the day, J. Raphael, I love your comment. People have placed social norms on a specific gender, and it's definitely that's just not the way it is at all. Just TK said, "So love you both. Take the time you need, rejuvenate, my God. In the meantime, we'll be here waiting for your return. Thank you so much. Cooling It with Kay, who is the best friend of your bishop on social media. She said her favorite color is blue. And guess what? So is mine. My favorite color is blue as well. If you guys did not know, your first G's favorite color is red. Ebony Cosby, if you have him on, I would love to be a guest host. Cause baby, Ebony, where are you located? Comment really quick before I close out. Cause I've been saying I'm gonna close this out for a while, and I've just been lingering on because I tell you, my God, I'm so happy. Because if I wasn't happy, I would have ran off this live already, my God. So Ebony, comment. I'm trying to look for that comment before I close out. Where are you located? So I could see if you could be a part of it, or at least pop in for part of the segment as a special guest if we end up interviewing Akeem. Miss Godiva 6 said, I almost never comment, but since I saw you at PHL, Philadelphia International Airport, I am still so hyped. Oh, steal it and repost it, or at least send it to me in a DM because you were amazing. When I tell you, she's almost screamed my name in the airport, and I was just like, oh my God, hi. But it was such an amazing experience to meet you and so many others who have hollered my name out in the airport. Like, if you ever see me somewhere, shout me out. Like, people think that I am such a bitch or a mean person. When you meet me in person, you're like, oh my God, he's not mean at all. So if you see me somewhere, call me out, give me a hug. Like, I love giving hugs and just meeting new people and being friendly. So if you ever see me anywhere, airport, a restaurant, Target, someone said they saw me at Target and didn't speak to me, but they commented and said, I saw you at Target, but I was afraid to say something. Please always say something, because I love to come face to face with my church members. Okay, y'all trying to keep me on this live, and y'all know I want to get off, because now the doggone super chat donations are coming through. Real Cardia sent a donation for $7. Thank you so much. J. Raphael sent a donation for $10 saying, don't silly your channel with Akeem. Let's close our eyes and pretend he doesn't exist. Jay, I'm a part of the Goon Squad, but I'm also about Love and Light because I'm going to be marrying your first G. So, Love and Light says we have to give Akeem the benefit of the doubt in reference to giving him the chance to tell his story on our platform like we have for other cast members from other shows. Because one thing that we all have to acknowledge is the majority of cast members that have come on to Tai Couture TV, who have come to our church, my God, they have shown a different side of them than we have seen of them on these reality shows. So let's not count Akeem out just yet. We never know what may be cleared up for us by having him come on the show. Series Graham says, congrats on marrying First G. He better treat you good. I be side-eyeing him like you have the best act. Like it all. Love. He is such a good guy. I love you guys. Did I read that right? Hope I wasn't sounding like I sound crazy when I read that. But thank you. Well, I'm not engaged just yet, so thank you for the congrats, but not engaged just yet. I want to be officially divorced, which, like I said, will happen at the end of this month. It should be done. And I'll let you guys know when we are officially... I don't even want to celebrate divorce, so I probably won't let you know when it's officially divorced. You'll just know that we're officially divorced because your first G asked me to marry him at some point. So I'm not going to bring that negativity because divorce is just negative. I mean, it's necessary, but it's also negative, so I'm not going to address that later. Robert O'Neill said, hello, Bishop. It's okay. We all need to take a break and recharge. Just TK said, any chance of having Sky on in the future just to get to know more about him? Obsessed with Charlie's interview. So much fun. Yes, you guys know I fell in love with Charlie Exile. In reference to Sky, we probably won't have Sky on we don't have a reason to at this point. What I will say is, Sky and I, our last conversation that we had, on the phone was great. I think I apologized to him from some things, and we had a great conversation. But as of right now, unless he just reaches out and wants to come on, just to come on and share his story, we don't have any plans of having him on my channel. But he is definitely welcome if he wants to share something, say something, or if he has something to promote. He's definitely welcome. Education Invention said you need to bring your sexy ass down here to South Beach with me and Jennifer. Oh, Ebony, you're in Charlotte. So Ebony, if you're in Charlotte, which is not that far from Atlanta, I don't think, I can kind of let you know the dates that we could possibly be interviewing Akeem and bring you on, because you have been supporting me for a very long time, and I don't mind, supporting you. You have a channel as well, so you DM me your number, and then we'll chat, and then we'll see what we can work out with you coming on board. At least maybe if you ask, like, you could probably do like a question from the church, or a special question or something, my God, I'm open to that as well. So yes, send me your info in my DM. Slide in my DMs with your number, Ebony. Kamal Rashad says you wouldn't be celebrating divorce. You would be celebrating the beginning of a new chapter and celebrating the passing of a storm. That's very true. That's looking at the glass half full, which I love. Yes, so that's true. But I feel like the problem with celebrating divorce is, it also, like I said, I want to be on a positive path with no longer having to expose my ex-husband. So I feel like even me celebrating my divorce would still kind of push negativity towards him, because he didn't really ask for the divorce, I did. And like I said, there's other information that goes along with what he did. But the reality of it is, he did not ask for the divorce, nor did he file. I filed. It was my attorney, and I paid for all of that. So I don't want to celebrate that. I don't want to. Yes, so what I was saying was, really quick, because my battery is getting low on here, so I want to repeat what I said just in case you guys missed it. Kamal said you wouldn't be celebrating divorce, you would be celebrating the beginning of a new chapter and celebrating the passing of a storm. And if you guys missed it, because I'm not sure if it caught it or not, about what I said about that was, while I get that it would be celebrating a passing of a storm for me, because I want to not shed light on the negativity and or exposing my ex-husband anymore. I want to focus on positivity. I do feel like if I celebrate or share that my divorce is finalized at the end of the month, it would still kind of be negativity towards my ex-husband, because you guys are aware he was not the one who asked for the divorce, I was. And even though there was some other stuff in there, more detailed information, he still never asked for the divorce. So I don't want to celebrate something when he wasn't initially on board with going that route. And so yeah, especially because like the divorce I paid for, I filed, he didn't file. So I don't want to celebrate the divorce, because I'm tired of feeling like I have to get the truth out there to defend myself about what happened in my marriage. I'm past that. Whatever people believe is what they believe, and even if they feel like I was the one that was wrong in my marriage, so be it. I know the truth, and it doesn't take me anymore having to talk negatively about my marriage, including celebrating the divorce. But I am going to, Ebony, I got it. You said you're in Charlotte, North Carolina, and thank you for the $5 donation. I do want to hurry up and close this live up, because the battery on this camera is gone. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for sticking with me on this live. Look out for new videos from myself, as well as your first G. Tomorrow. I'm going to do more stuff by myself, because I have like gotten so away from doing like church announcements and all the things that you love that I just did by myself, because I think at some point I just kind of lost confidence in myself. So I'm getting back to that space. So I appreciate you. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys for tuning in to this long live, my first long live ever, and I appreciate everyone. Thank you guys so much. Please be sure to look out for my live next week. It will be on time at 12 noon on Wednesday, but it will be Q&A with Bishop Ty. So you guys have a good morning, good night, good evening, because we are an international ministry, my God. I love you all. Thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, and make sure you share this video, thumbs up this video, follow me on all social media outlets, comment down below in the comment section, and that's about it, guys. Bye.